Hi, this is Kim Love Jones. I am here as a host on Tonight with Dee and Friends. And I'm here tonight with some of my friends. I have here, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves, but tonight's topic is going to be on a relationship mindset. What does it take to get married and stay married? What does it take to have a successful relationship? And we're going to talk about those things on tonight. So now I want to just go around the room and I want to introduce you to my friends, my new friends, and some of my old friends. First we have, and you can introduce yourself, Mabel.
Hi, Mabel Barnaby.
And you are?
I work with the city
Okay.
as a manager. I'm married 14 years.
Wonderful.
Happily married.
Wonderful.
14 years.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And then we have Latrice.
Yes, I'm Latrice. I'm a proud 59-year-old seasoned woman.
And Latrice, what do you do?
I'm also a social worker. I empower the lives of our seniors.
Amen. All right. All right. And Dee, my good friend Dee.
How you doing?
I'm good, baby.
I'm Dee. I'm an office manager, administrative assistant. I work for a museum. I'm 55 years old, and I'm separated
Okay.
for
All
a long
right.
time.
Okay. All right. All right. And then we have Shay.
Hi, I'm Shay. I'm 31. I'm a writer and freelance web designer, and I'm in a long-term relationship. I guess I'm essentially married at this point.
Wow. Is that married legally or married because you've been in it so long?
Been in it so long, like 16 years.
Wow. 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 Wonderful. Wonderful. I just wanted to once again welcome you all, and I want to thank you all for coming out and being a part of this show on this evening. It's not easy to get on and have cameras blaring at you while you're discussing some things that we're going to discuss. It's not going to be deep or heavy, guys. It is just really going to be some girlfriend talk. Same way you talk to your girlfriends. I want to talk about what it takes what do you think it takes in order to have a good relationship? And you, Shay, you've been in a relationship for 16 years. You're probably younger than all of us. And so I'd like to hear your perspective on that.
What it takes to have a successful
Yes.
relationship. Honesty, being upfront, trust, willingness to try new things, acceptance that you're not going to be like the same person. Like you're both going to grow, and you should allow each other to expand your horizons, stuff like that.
So would you say you have a great mindset as it pertains to relationships?
I think it's pretty good.
Okay, good. Good. I'm glad. And Dee?
Following what you said, trust, honesty, sincerity, being who you are, not hiding behind who you want the person to think you are, and
Right.
making sure that you stay that way. Be true to yourself the whole time, whether it's good or bad.
Okay.
So letting yourself be naked to another person spiritually.
That's intimacy. That is intimacy. Yes, yes, yes. And Latrice?
I'd like to say to be able to communicate with each other, speak to each other and not at one another. Being able to agree to disagree and still walk away loving. Being able to process all of those situations and know that you don't walk away agreeing all the time.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You have to know how to disagree lovingly. And tone.
Has everything, right?
Tone.
Everything to do with it. Yeah. 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 Absolutely. Absolutely. And Mabel, what would you say?
Compromise. Compromise is a major part of it. And knowing your mate.
Yes.
That's very important that you know your mate. But compromise is a very big part of it.
Yes.
For a strong, for an independent person.
Yes.
Because this is 14 years, so I had a life before this marriage.
Right.
So,
right.
compromise is a major aspect, along with the communication. I do agree with Latrice. Communication is very important.
Yes, 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 yes. I do see that. That is extremely important in a relationship. One of the things that I found, personally, and from doing a lot of forums and workshops and stuff like that, I have found that most people don't want to sacrifice anything, and they don't understand, that marriage. And even before marriage, there's a lot of sacrifice that goes on, and so that's where I find myself. And I don't think people understand that love isn't really truly an act of service, and it's what we do with each other that, I'm going to serve you in spite of what you did yesterday, because yesterday I didn't like what you did and you pissed me off, and and things weren't going the way I wanted them to go, but in spite of everything that I seen, in spite of how furious I was or am, I'm gonna serve you anyhow. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so it takes that, but in today's society I find, and I think I was like this at one point, that it was either black or white for me. It was either black or white, like either you were for me or you were against me, and it was no real, it was no other
Gray
colors.
area.
It was right.
Nothing
It was
gray.
right. It was like boom, here it is, boom, here it is, boom, here it is. And now I see differently. Now I see through a different lens, and so that is really why I kind of do what I do, because one of my biggest things, this is what bothers me. A lot of us are so disconnected, and we don't know how to even have relationships anymore. Men don't know how to relate to women. Women don't know how to relate to men, and it's frustrating for me because that's the breakdown of our families. And so if we can't come together, even if you were married before and you have a few children, but you can't seem to get past even a civil conversation, the children get left behind. And so what forced, what was coming up in my spirit over and over and over again was the fact that I wanted to see a shift in our level of thinking and consciousness and how we deal with one another, because we can't get there until we change our thinking.
Right.
Go ahead, Latrice, you were going to say something?
Yes, in changing one's thinking, you have to look at the realities of life.
Yes. Yes.
Realities of life are needs, wants, desires, and all of them encompass income.
Right. Right.
And so
Right.
the reality of where relationships are is we may come together with a certain firm income and then one falls off. Being able to understand needs.
Right.
What encompass that? What do
Right.
we have?
Right. Right.
What are the priorities?
Right.
How, is it I make 50 and he makes 100, or I make 100 and he make 20?
Right. 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 Right.
So being able to communicate is to be able to communicate the issues of what's going to make a firm foundation. And it starts with income.
Really? You think it's income that is?
I mean,
don't think it's
finances. I mean,
Period.
what is coming in?
Right. Right. Because it kind of makes you look at men differently.
We have to look at
I think that's like a beginning point, like
Right,
when you
that's-
first meet.
Yeah, I do too.
You're not even going to connect with someone who you don't feel
I concur.
can meet a certain
Yes.
criteria. So that's not
That's
even
not
going to turn
necessarily
into a
so.
relationship.
It's not necessarily
unless it's
so,
love
but I
at first
understand
sight.
that that's what. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. I want you to elaborate on that a little bit more, Mabel. Can you?
Right, because when you first meet someone, there's nothing vested.
Right. Right.
So if
Right.
I'm making 100 and you making 10,
Right.
that's not gonna happen because I'm not vested myself yet.
Yes.
And this is
Yes.
all part of the total picture to even see if we're going on date 2.
Right. 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 And what would you say, Latrice, to add to that?
I would say
Or-
that. Well, I mean, if it's just a hot date, fine. But what we're talking about relationships.
Yes.
What is going to make a sound relationship?
Right.
So we're past the
Right.
He
Right.
started
We
off
pay-
with
we-
the 80. He
Right.
started, he started
Right.
off as your mate, your
Right.
match.
Right.
So once you get past and you understand that this is where we're going, I think we need to start talking about finances. We need to
Right.
talk about what's in the table, what's
On the table.
What's on the
right,
table.
Right.
What you're
right.
bringing
Well,
to the
value,
table.
the value that you have, it may not be in income of in finance. Like, it could be what you contribute as far as services yourself concerned. Maybe
Or
you have
like a common goal, like
Right,
where do you
exactly,
both want to be?
you know.
Like just because you don't have the money right now doesn't
Right.
mean you can't work it into
Work
your
towards
plan
it.
together to get there.
Right.
well, as you get
I
older,
think
it's a little
that's as
different.
you
though.
right. I think it's different stages. Like at Shay's stage right now, she's fine.
Right.
But at my stage,
Right.
You
Right.
have to-
Right.
I'm looking for a little bit more.
Right.
Or
right.
what I have is just strong enough that we're good, because what you're not doing in finances,
Right.
you got me in another area.
Exactly.
Yes.
The servicing.
Yes.
Right. So
Yes.
it balances.
Yes.
You
yes.
make me whole.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And
Yes.
it's not servicing in the problem. I think part of the other thing in relationships is ego. So when you say use the term services, people think I'm not serving you and blah 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 blah. But in actuality, you're not. Everybody has got to serve somebody else.
Yes.
We're all here to serve each other
Yes.
and one another.
Yes.
It
Yes.
is a give and take.
Yes,
so
it is.
the services, like she said, it may not be it may not be income.
Can I
or
tell you what
cash,
the
so.
problem is? The problem with income, and I wanted to say this initially, and I said, let me fall back just a second. Part of the problem, this is my opinion, and it's what I've seen in men, and men have told me, but it's not that the women make more money. It's the way that they treat the men
them,
when they
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
And so then becomes you don't make enough, you don't have enough, or the women more or less control what it is that's going to happen because they literally make money. So if they come home and they want to go on a $5,000 vacation because they're making $200,000 a year and it's nothing to them, and the man couldn't afford to give that to her, then therein lies it starts to be almost like an insecurity
Right.
for him. And not necessarily that they've said that to me. That's not what they've said. But how she treats him in the process. Is he still her king? Is he still her king if he cannot do, like, because he only makes $45,000 and he doesn't necessarily possess the finances that she has. So now he doesn't feel good in the relationship, and sometimes it's because of the way that the woman acts because she makes that kind of money.
But that's where respect comes in.
Exactly.
Right.
Which is key.
That is so key, because as a black woman, we are making more than
Yes.
a black man.
Yes.
So, but
A
you
lot of
always
us.
have to make that man feel like a man. I don't care how much.
That's
Once you
right.
start to lessen his mantle,
Yeah.
the relationship is going downhill.
Right.
It's going downhill. Once a man does not feel like a man,
Right.
it's going downhill.
And a lot of times that may or may not have anything to do with you.
and you're not even going to respect him anymore, because now you're looking at him like, and he took it.
Right.
He
right.
took my bad behavior and it was okay with
Right. And it can't make him feel good
Right.
at all. It can't make him feel good. like when women are in abusive relationships and they put up with that kind of thing, it just seems like a little piece of them dies every day that they stay in, and they dishonor who they are. So it's and I know because I've been her. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's too many things I haven't been through it. Even in blips. Just little tiny seasons of my life. But a little piece of you gets crushed when you're not being honored. And that's the same thing it is for a man. I find myself at times, ladies, when I talk to men, I find myself sometimes in this place whereby I know that they're hurting and they want to love somebody, but they've gotten to a place where they can't love. Not that they can't love, they can't trust themselves enough to choose a partner that they can love. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So with that being said, sometimes if they don't have that level of intimacy, if they can't trust you, if they don't feel safe, and I don't mean safe as in financially, I'm talking about emotionally and mentally safe, they will not choose you.
I find that interesting, because most women are looking for that very same
Yes.
thing. I have a lot of
Yes.
single girlfriends, and they're looking for just exactly that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
how does it?
Well, but I have
That's
a
the
question
problem.
about that. Though.
Mhm.
That's sometimes the case,
Uh-huh.
but there are some men who will put first their imagery of a woman and she can verbally abuse him. And he'll take it because he's got that. Men are visual creatures.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because she's the visual being that he wants, he will accept what she cuts down. And then the next woman he goes to, unfortunately, he takes those wounds with him.
Right.
And it's hard for him to relinquish
Right.
those wounds. To
And you said the key thing, the next woman he goes to, because how long is anybody going to tolerate that? And that really is a situation whereby the next woman he gets to, the same way it is for the next for the next woman. By the next time she gets to her next man, it's the same thing, because now you're wounded, you're tattered and torn. But if you would have initially honored who you are and find your authentic self, then it wouldn't be as much of an issue when you're being authentic. Can I tell y'all a little secret? Here's a little secret. I don't usually tell people that when I go out on dates, I am probably the wildest, craziest part of myself. And you know why I do that?
Yes.
Because I need him to like me with
up front, yeah.
We were discussing
Right.
that in the
Yes.
car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you need to be authentic. You cannot dishonor, even though that may not be who you are all the time, because I wear many different hats, and there are days when I'm quiet and in total solitude in myself, reading or writing or whatever, and then there are days when I can light up a room. You know what I'm saying? And I know that I have it in me. But with that being said, I need him to see me sometimes at my silliest, and not necessarily my worst. As if I was depressed or something, I wouldn't go out. Like, who wants to go out with somebody who's long in the tooth? But with that being said, it's crazy, right? No, people do that, and they go and they sit across the table from somebody, and they go, my whole life is just falling apart. And it's like, really now? Really? Is that what you want to bring here? No, we don't want to do that. And you don't want to misrepresent yourself, but you do want to be authentically who you are. Because, and can I tell you something? When you are authentically who you are, you literally give the world permission to authentically be who they are when they are with you. And so it clears up a lot of the, rhetoric that these expectations and oh my God, because I'm the type of person that says thank you to everybody who serves me. And the reality is I want to see, and I shouldn't tell all my secrets. If it's any guys that are interested in me watching, I don't, close your ears, I don't want them to do that. I'm joking. But what I'm saying is, I'm so silly. What I'm saying is that I watch to see if they're courteous, because I know who I am, and I'm gonna honor myself, and I'm always gonna say thank you and please, and and even to the busboy, I don't care who it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Absolutely. But I want to see if what your character is like, what your true character is like. You know what I mean? So those things to me are important, and I'm gonna be honest with you, they're almost more important to me than money. And I said almost.
Let's not get that twisted.
Let me. I ain't saying no. I'm only kidding. Okay, but you get what I'm saying. And having a good relationship, requires,
communication.
Yes. Yes.
Communication.
Yes.
And respect. And I'm in a 20 some odd year relationship, but it went full circle where it came back. And we do have to know how to talk to the man, to not beat him down, because of
because of
you want the man to
because you want the man to stay a man.
Yes.
But I have had to communicate that you're not being all the man that I think that you should be, and this is what I'd like from you.
Yes.
And sorry for my tone, honey, but so
yeah.
You have to say, for me, I have to say it. I'm going to let you know that I'm not liking you too, and you're not meeting where I would like for you to be.
Right.
But what do you think we can do together to get you there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Let me ask you something. Does that work? Does the tone work in the opposite direction though?
if they talk to me in that manner,
Mhm.
oh, I've been talked to, and I was like, oh, now you big guy now, okay, but
Is that- Okay.
you know, but yeah, sometimes I say it, and then he'll say yeah,
Uh-huh.
you know, and then there's other times where he may tuck
Uh-huh.
his head,
Uh-huh.
but that's where it comes where we're all not going to be always right,
No.
and we're all going to have to grow.
Yes. Yes. I tell you, I'm telling you, there will always be times when we all have to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that's
all
right.
have to
That's
talk.
the whole point.
But if I don't want to do, I don't want to be the inflictor of the tuck. I want the tuck to come from an internal place, because then it's
Where
But
they,
they
more
may not
impactful.
need
they
to
feel
internal.
like they should talk. By
Oh,
their
okay.
actions,
Yes.
they feel
Okay.
that they
And
should
how
talk,
do
and
you
I should
get-
not even have to say anything.
But no, so how do you get them to that place? That's the question. Does
I think it all
Okay,
starts in the
so give me
beginning. I think
yeah.
how you start. I'm a firm believer in this. How you start a relationship
mhm.
is how you want it to run
Set
its
the
course.
pace for it,
That's
right?
it. You set the pace. Certain things are not just unacceptable
Right,
from the beginning.
right, right.
So if
Right.
you cross that line, then you know you need to
Can
talk.
I tell you something? And I think that that's part of the problem, because what happens is I think we get excited. I've seen this happen so many times. We get excited because we meet a new guy, right? He's wonderful. Oh my God. You know what? Oh, and he says the right things. And oh my God, before you know it, you know, things are starting to happen. You don't necessarily want to have happen yet, but maybe you do, because we're all grown and sexy up in here. And so, oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying? But here's the other thing to that. If we don't take our time and really become friends
Get to know
and get to
Your
know
mate.
them,
Mhm.
you end up in situations, because I know so many, can I tell you, that they go, oh, he's so wonderful, he's handsome, he's this, he's that, you know. And then I know so many men that get caught up and she's gorgeous and she's everything that I ever thought she would be, and you haven't been with her long enough to know that.
We put on the rose-colored glasses when we want to see. what we
Yes, yes.
That's when we want to see what we want
want
to
to
see.
say.
Yes.
Not to take
It's
them
not-
off.
and
And we
Not
end up,
necessarily
in
realistic.
quite some serious little pickles there, because we
When they start to clear up.
yes,
Like,
when the tint
When the fog, when the
Yes,
rose
yes.
colors start turning brown and not rosy no more.
right,
And that's
right.
what I'm saying with saying certain things. That's the way of challenging and seeing how a brother may be thinking.
Yes.
I mean, how quick they may be on their feet. Are we really damaging? No, we don't want to damage no souls.
No.
God is love.
No.
But
No, we don't. We don't. We actually want to see a manifestation of a great relationship.
yes.
We do. And I think it's all in the presentation.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to tell you, for me, when I found my peace, when I found out who I was, and I really got centered, all of the dynamics of my life started to change. The way that I even spoke to everybody, like I usually greet everybody with these huge hugs and kisses, and I walk into the room wherever I am, and I'm like, hey baby, hey sugar, and I'm all over the place, and I'm just bouncing, and no, because I love people, and that's authentically who I am. And so because of that, now I'm so open now to receive that I don't even have to utter like almost an unkind word to anybody, but it takes a long time to get to that place. You know what I mean? Because you have to keep course correcting people, or you have to have these hard conversations in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because people think, oh my gosh, she's so nice, she's so sweet, and I go, yeah, I am, but I really don't take a lot of crap.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm going to be good to you.
As long as
It's-
you allow me to.
Right. So we need to be clear from the gate and not get caught up in the fantasy of what a good, healthy relationship.
That's
you know,
right.
because some of it is like, oh my God, okay, here he is. Okay, oh my God, here he is. Oh my God, this guy, he's the guy. And you get so caught up that you miss the essence of who they are because you're caught up in, oh, he's coming here for me. Like, my life is getting ready to change. Like, and you miss something. And I think it's important not to miss it. Does that make sense?
I think you miss
Very much
you.
so.
I think you
Yeah.
start to miss you.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so, because I think we start to try and fit into his expectations,
Yes.
Uh-huh.
and we kind of lose our authentic, you know,
Selves.
who we are.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But and then when we don't want to play no more,
Mhm.
then that's when who we are comes out, and that might not be too compatible to what he thought we were.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That goes back to also you. That's what you were saying before about you being yourself. You have to
Absolutely.
know how to be yourself. You have to. Everybody wants to be accepted. Nobody wants to be rejected by anybody.
Yes.
You know, that's the first and foremost thing. But you have to be secure enough with yourself that when the rejection comes, it may be for your benefit.
Yes.
Not necessarily because this person doesn't like you and it makes you a lesser person.
Right.
It's because it just did not work out.
didn't,
And
right.
that's it. There's nothing
And
more
you
to
would have
Right.
been
it.
miserable
That doesn't
anyway.
minimize who you are. It just
Yes.
means that particular situation was not going to work out.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But we're so emotional.
Yeah.
We still think it could have been.
You think so? we be
so.
like, can I change this? Like, what
We
else
always
can I
know.
do? What else can I do to make him love me?
Maybe
Oh my
not
God.
verbally to him, but in our head, we're like,
How many?
No,
wait a
what
minute.
was that?
How many of you? This is hysterical. I have a good friend who has these internal conversations with herself, and I'm like, get that committee, shut
what
it
I call
down.
them.
The
It's my
committee in
committee.
your head. There's a movie that was out called Up There or In There or something, and it's such a cute little movie. It's a cartoon.
Inside Out.
Inside Out. There you go. I'm like up there. Okay, I'm slipping. So, and it talks about that committee in your head, and the older you get, the larger the committee members get,
Yes.
and all of these different feelings and emotions that you have. It's
I think
not
they
bad.
They multiply.
Yes, it's starting right.
Yeah,
And some
yeah,
of them
they
gain,
multiply. They
some
get
of
more
them
of them.
gain strength,
Yeah.
and it's what you
Oh, yeah.
believe.
The powers.
Yes, it's what you believe about relationships. It's really what you believe. I was gonna ask Latrice something. Latrice, look, she's being very quiet.
That's
No,
what Trace
I'm-
said.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my God. And this is live. Okay, go ahead.
You said you wanted to ask something.
No, I wanted to ask you how you felt about what we're talking about because you're being very quiet.
Which aspect specifically?
Oh, look, now she's like, which aspect?
What you
Oh
mean?
my God. How do you feel about the financial part of the relationship and how that plays into the happiness that one can have?
Well, like Mabel was saying, maybe I lack the perspective because of where I am right now. Because I met my boyfriend, partner, whatever you want to call him at this point, when we were in high school. So we were 15. So
Okay.
I was 15, he was 16. So we didn't have any
You guys
jobs.
grew together, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what
Mhm.
happened. Like a lot of
Growing up
people,
together.
they meet their person, like someone in high school, and they just try to stay the same person. But like we both went to different schools. We were together, but we weren't together the whole time. Like we went to different schools. I was in Philadelphia. He was in Virginia, and he
Okay,
was in New
so
York. I was in
okay,
Philadelphia.
together.
Like a couple of years ago, I was in California, and he was still here. But it's like, I guess the trust aspect comes into that. Because like if we didn't trust each other, if we weren't honest about what was
Never
going
made
on,
it.
it wouldn't have worked.
That's right.
And you're comfortable within yourself also. That's
That
the big
too.
thing. Because you can't, I mean, unless a
Because
person
if
would
you're
think,
insecure,
oh my
it's
God,
just-
he's
it's
doing
not gonna
something,
work,
and
yeah.
I've been that woman, so I know. But it's
Right,
like, you
right.
worry about those things. You know, what
Right.
are they doing when I'm not in my presence? And, you know, blah, 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 blah. And you forget that you have a life and you need to focus on your life and let them,
Yes.
and if it's going to work, it's going to work. And if it doesn't, it's okay. It doesn't make you a lesser person.
Yes,
So-
yes. Yeah, I completely get that. I do. I am so excited. I want to talk about something. We're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to come right back.
Galaxy Luxury Coach is a full-service limousine and party bus company. Family owned and operated, we are an industry leader with over 25 years of experience in providing best-in-class luxury transportation for your special event. Whether it's your precious wedding day, an all-day wine tour out east, your high school prom, that special birthday, or just an amazing night on the town, our professional chauffeurs stand ready to ensure your special event is truly special. Galaxy Luxury Coach has one of the largest and modern party bus fleets in the New York area. Our party buses are simply nightclubs on wheels. Concert sound systems, light shows, lasers and strobes, multicolor LED lighting brilliantly lights your party bus inside and out. For corporate and more laid-back events, we will cater to your specific needs and requests. What sets Galaxy aside from all others in the luxury transportation industry is our attention to detail in customizing our services to your special event. At Galaxy, it's all about you and your guests. Galaxy customers return time and time again because they know they can trust Galaxy to help deliver those lifetime memorable moments. Step aboard and let your Galaxy experience begin.
provider on Long Island, with the most inventory in stock, including vinyl, chain link, and aluminum. Offers a custom powder-coated system that prevents rust throughout the life of the fence. We carry fence tools to the trade. We even stock wood, rail, and glass hardware as well. Shannon Gates has our very own patented locking system. The next time you need fencing of any sort, both commercial and private, give Shannon Gates a call at 631-392-4330. You can also visit our website at shannongatesinc.com.
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance. Maybe she needs help with a computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique. Could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels it's hard. Aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this. You'll be using it. Side note, kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue Tequila. Now, Mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
Welcome back to the D and Friends show. I am here with my friends, and before we get back into this very interesting conversation, I just wanted to once again thank you for watching, and I wanted to talk a little bit, ladies, about my book. It's almost finished. I'm very, very excited, and it is a book on relationships and how to have the kind of relationships that you truly want. And Dee was saying something earlier about ego, and I have a quote from Tennessee Williams based on ego, and I just find that it is extremely interesting. I love it. I love the quote, and if I can, I want to read it right now. It says, "Nobody sees anybody truly, but all through the flaws of their own egos. That is the way we all see each other in life. Vanity, fear, desire, competition. All such distortions within our own egos condition our vision of those in relation to us. Add to those distortions to our ego the corresponding distortions in the egos of others, and you see how cloudy the glass must become, through which we see each other. That's how it is in all living relationships, except when there is the rare case of two people who love intensely enough to burn through the layers of opacity and see each other's naked hearts." Tennessee Williams. And I thought that that particular quote, it just really blew me away. I thought so much of it because I know how we do see each other, and I know that's why, a lot of times we have, failure in our relationships, because we allow our egos to rest, rule, and abide, to be honest, in us, and just wreak havoc, wherever we go. And while it's okay to be confident, it is not okay to be an egomaniac and think that it is all about us. At that point, you lose it. But I want to share, if I can, an exercise with you ladies that I do. You don't have to physically get up and do it. And this goes for any area of your life. It doesn't matter what it is. You can be in a relationship. You could be single. You could be looking for a relationship. But what I do, I call it leaping. I mentally do this every day. I do this exercise. And I take myself to where it is that I want to be. I see my relationship strong. I see my relationships wonderful. And I see not only who that person is who is in my life, I see the relationship, who I am in it. So I leap mentally, and when I'm doing that, I'm literally calling into my life the type of relationship that I want. If I want a relationship where we're healed, we're working together, we're on a beach, where, I literally see this, the vacations. And it's almost as if every day in my head, I take a vacation in order to see my relationship strong, because I can't believe that I'm going to have the healthiest relationship, the greatest relationship ever, if I can't see that for myself. And so even if you're in a relationship and you want some of those things to work out, you have to project that in your thoughts every single day. So that's an exercise that I do, where I literally take, and it's almost, I guess you can almost equate it to like a form of meditation, where you take a moment to sit back and see everything that you desire for your relationship. Now, mind you, you can't have it if you can't see it. Well, you know that God is always in the equation, especially for me. But you can't even begin to wrap your head around what it is that you're going to have unless you seriously get clear with, yes, unless you get real clear about what it is that you want. Because people say,
And speak it in the universe.
yes, people say all the time, oh, I want to be happy, I want to do this, I want this, I want that.
Right.
And don't understand that there is a process, number one, to get to that,
Yes.
or that they are capable, by what they think about, of sabotaging the hopes of having that. There are some people who are so conditioned, and even though all of us here know that marriage is not like bliss, everybody knows that, right?
Yeah.
When you get married, you're going to go through some things.
Absolutely.
There is no, it's not happily. I don't even know why we can. That's a fairy tale. Look, who said that? Anita Baker, right? Okay, it's a fairy tale because, you know, it's just gonna, everything's just gonna be perfect. That's not the truth. How it becomes perfect, though, how it becomes perfect, how it becomes the greatest relationship, is by what you put into it, by your thoughts, the things that you do and the things that you say. You know, there's a lot of times when, you know, oh, I don't feel like cooking. I'm not cooking. I'm not doing nothing. Today, I'm not doing nothing. If you understand, and we have already discussed the love issue, it's service, whether you feel like it or not. Like, this is what you're going to do. You don't feel like going to work, but you know you want a paycheck, so you're going to do what it is. So making that same investment that you would make at a job that's paying you $500,000 a year, you're going to make that type of investment in your marriage or in your relationships. So in order to get there, your mindset has to change. Now, I remember doing forums, oh my God, everybody, workshops, and some of it was so interesting because nobody wanted to sacrifice, but everybody wanted
To
something.
receive, yeah.
And I'm sitting here saying to myself, how does that work? How does it work that you want everything to work out in your favor, but you're really unwilling to give anything? I'm sorry, where they do that at? You know, I feel like, you know, where do they do that at? I don't know where that happens at, because I don't know anything that we deal with in our lives, whether it's our education, it's a home, children. A lot of times people don't even do that, but our children, sometimes even our parents, all of it is about sacrifice. Our businesses, to write a book, to start a school or a daycare, whatever it is that you want to do, it all begins with you focusing in on that thing and then cultivating it and growing it. It's the same thing with our relationships. And so, you know, I kind of find myself, I'm really excited about the book, guys. I'm extremely excited. And I want to see, my ultimate goal is to see people having healthy relationships. That's really what it is for me, period. Whether you're with the person, your baby daddy, I hate that word. But no, it's true. I can't stand it. But no matter what it is, I would like to see, you know, something healthy come out of that. Because we all suffer so much.
It's the biggest part of my concern is when relationships don't work, it becomes the downsizing of our society, because that's what keeps things strong. The unity of family, the unity of that's what keeps us going strong. And when you see the downsize, the declining of the families and relationships, then you see society declining as well.
Yes.
So it starts just that closely.
Yes.
Just that close to home.
Yes. Yeah. We need to cultivate and grow and reach back or reach up or reach over and figure out what it's going to take to build. One of the things that I find is interesting in relationships, and I want you ladies to chime in on this, is that men, if they are at home and they're not doing anything, because, you know, I hear a lot of women say this, And it's absolutely amazing. You go, oh, well, he doesn't work, and he doesn't, I'm independent, I take care of myself, I do my own thing, blah, blah, blah. And I want you ladies to chime in on that, because if a man is not building, he's not his happiest self. So I don't know how, in my head anyway, how that works. And I know all of you gotta know somebody. We're not talking about anybody specifically, but just I know somebody popped into your head.
Of course, everybody has one.
Yes. And I'd like for you to chime in on that, because we all have had somebody in our lives that hasn't been really contributing or giving at the level that we would like them to give. Hence, that's why they're exes, right? Put plural on there.
That amongst other things.
Huh?
That amongst other things. Because it's just not a shortage of I don't think a shortage of income would end my relationship.
No. I think
So it would be.
Yeah, I'm the same way with
it would
you.
be
maybe.
other things.
Yeah.
And then you ain't got no money either.
Right, that's the
That would be the
yes.
the topping on it. That would be
Yes, the cherry on top, and then on top of that, you don't do right.
Well,
Right.
you have to contribute something. You cannot live in any place in any circumstance without contributing something to your environment. And he's not working. What does he do while he's home?
Right.
Is he being productive? Is he actually a physical builder? Is he building around the house? Is he,
Right.
Then I got this, baby. You do that. And when I come home and this room is now built, we will enjoy it together.
Right.
But you've got to know, like you said, the term building is so much more like whole construction mentality.
Yes.
It's physical building, emotional building, financial
Yes.
building. It's all about
Yes.
the building process. And
Yes.
if you're not doing that, you're not doing you. You're just laying there.
Yes.
You're useless to me now because
But not only are they useless to whomever, the issue is then that they don't feel
good about themselves. Yeah, because I can't imagine a man doing nothing feels good about himself.
I can't imagine myself doing nothing and feeling good about myself.
Yeah.
I had some surgeries on my back and I couldn't walk for a while. I was in a bad car accident and I was home and I was in such a state of depression because I couldn't function. I just couldn't do anything. Like I couldn't even walk into my kitchen and feel good. Without tears, because you've been in so much pain. And then on top of that, you're factoring your age and what you used to do, and now your inability to do that thing. And it doesn't make you, and it doesn't make you feel good when you're sitting there and you feel like, I'm not making any contribution to the world. Period. Like you can take that and run with it and put it wherever you want to put it. But as we make these contributions, as we serve others and we give, we feel better about who we are. But I want to just move from that for 1 second, y'all, to the damsel in distress. How many men do you know? And I wish we had the phone connected so we could get the brothers to call in, because I know they watch all the time. And how many men are looking for, do you think? Because all of you are looking for the damsel in distress. And have you ever been a damsel in distress?
Not intentionally, but yeah.
Because I had a flat tire.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say. Usually it's a cause circumstance.
Yeah. What about you, Latrice?
I have no comment at this time.
Latrice said, I have no comment.
Who's taking the fifth on that?
I'm going to take the fifth. No, the reason why I'm saying that is because when men have something to do, even for you, they feel so much better.
I actually had a circumstance where somebody, I had an older car, and it had 3 hubcaps on it for so long. And I'm a stickler for, I don't want to put just any old hubcap on it. I want a Toyota hubcap on my car. And the guy I was dating at the time found a hubcap, and he put it on my car, and he was like, okay, by the way, baby, I forgot I put a hubcap on the car. And I was so excited, and he was shocked. He was like, that's all it took to make you happy, was to put a hubcap on your car? I was like, no, you don't understand. You completed something for me. You achieved something. You helped me out in the circumstance where I could not have done that myself because I didn't have time to look for it. And he was so elated just because of my response to him putting the hubcap on the car.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the little things that count.
Everyone wants to feel appreciated,
Exactly.
needed. You know, I think that's just a natural instinct. Everyone wants to feel needed.
Yes, they do. They really, really do. I'm having a moment over here, y'all. I think I'm gonna have some more
There
water.
you go.
This is such a good show, and it is winding down very, very quickly. I just want to ask you, ladies, is there anything that you would like to add? Because we got about 6-7 minutes.
Oh, look at me.
I'm looking at you.
Share.
You start first. You're on.
Jay.
I pretty much got all my ideas out there in the beginning, and then you guys covered like most of the things that were going through my head, so I don't really feel like I contribute anything.
D?
That was just experience. That's just older experience. I think that's all. I'm glad we did this. I enjoyed it. My girlfriends and I tend to do this type of thing anyway, but it's just nice to be able to share it with you.
That's
Thank you for
really,
having us.
really nice. I'm glad that you guys came on. I really am. Latrice is not saying another word. That's terrible.
No, I'd like to say I enjoyed this, and relationships builds the world around the world.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And it's important.
Yeah, it is. It is. It really is. And you, Mabel?
I enjoyed the forum, but I just wanted to say, you know, relationships also are, I think there's a maturity level to relationships.
Yes.
And we really didn't hit on that point, but I think there's a mature, you know, it's different when you're into a mature relationship and when you're like 20 and you're, you know, the big wedding and you're just
Yes.
getting married.
Yes, yes. And I guess that's a vitally important because
is.
in each relationship it levels up. And that's the other thing. People want it to be like it was in the beginning, and the truth of the matter is we're not who we were in the beginning.
Right, and I'm no longer cooking.
It's
You know,
You said that I'm no longer cooking? Is that what you said?
It evolves, you know.
It
I think
does.
relationships evolve.
Yeah, they do.
As you get older, it's me and you, hon.
Can I tell you that's true, because my kids now, they're grown, right? I don't have to cook. So, you know, usually
My husband loves to cook. so
men
it's
go, do you cook? And I'm like, you know, I know how to bake real good. Reservations?
Exactly.
No, but it's not that I don't cook. That's terrible. I'm horrible. No, it's not that I don't cook. But I do know that I don't have to anymore. And because I'm at the place where I'm at now, I don't have small children. I've done that. I've been married before, divorced. So I'm over, you know, that many years now. And it's not that I like my freedom, because, you know, and I shouldn't say that I like my freedom. I am free. And I'm not bound by anything. But at the same time, I really desire a great relationship. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's companionship. It's somebody to be there with me, to be there for me, that understands my crazy. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And when I see it as I do the exercise that I do, he understands me so well, he anticipates my need. And I anticipate him and his need. So when you know, but in my head, that's why the committee was shut down in my head. Because the committee can only project what I allow it to project. And what I want to see for, you know, my relationship, for my life, is I want to see prosperity, and not necessarily only financially. I want to see prosperity in my living, in my being a better mom to my, you know, my kids and, you know, my grandkids or whatever. And so I cannot allow negativity or negative thoughts to enter in, because it will strip me of the very thing that I desire the most. And if I can just share this with you before we go off, I'm a business owner as well. So I've owned a perfume company. I had it for years, invested a lot of money, and I learned a lot of lessons. It's probably, you know, the best money I've ever spent in terms of a business. I learned a lot about marketing. I learned a lot about building things and how to make things work. And it was money that I invested, but I also invested my time. I would be up from 6 o'clock in the morning until 2:30 at night, and I would get up and do it all over again. Like the next day, get up, have my cup of tea, sit at my dining room table, and I would do it again. And I would take breaks as needed, but I kept working on that thing as if my life depended on it, because I had invested a lot of money. And so if I can leave you all with anything on today, you will see the fruits and the manifestation of the fruit of what you put in wherever your focus is. And so when I was just thinking about allowing negative thoughts or negative things to creep into my subconscious to be a part of me, I have to fight that on every front, because it will affect what I really truly desire for my life. Because I know that it's a fairy tale, but I want to get as close to living an abundant life with no lack. Doesn't mean trouble's not gonna come. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna face adversity, but it does mean that I can see the world through a different lens, and that's what's important to me. And so every day, just like I worked on my business, every day, just like I work on my business now, I have to work on being a better version of myself. And I can't get into a relationship and then all of a sudden say, oh, well, I'm done. Okay, well, this is what it is. And I'm done with all of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mission accomplished.
Yeah, I got you. Now what? Because that's what people do, right?
Stop working on it, yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't want to do that. I want to constantly be growing and building, because that doesn't leave room for the enemy to come in and take or rob me of everything that I've worked for. Does that make sense?
Very much so.
So it's a journey, and I'm so glad I'm on it. I am so glad I'm on it. I thank you all for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. There's going to be a part 2 in about 2 weeks. So I don't know how many people can fit on this couch. But everybody is welcome to come back. And I know there's some other people we're going to bring out. And we're going to have a good time. And we're going to talk about some stuff. And maybe we won't be as, I'll feel better, guys. How about that? I'll feel better. I won't be coughing. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming out. I appreciate you. You guys are wonderful. And bye, everybody. Next time I had a phone hooked up. Oh, it went off. Oh, no, it didn't.